All right, champs, we're coming up against the end of the year, and I really wanted to go ahead and drop this, which is going to be the hottest companies and industries for product managers to work in 2026. Here is a list. So I'm going to break down each list basically from the perspective of like, what are some of these niches that you can go ahead and attack? What are some of the companies within the niches? And then more so, at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you what's your game plan to go ahead and move into these companies. And it's in no particular order. I'm starting off with prediction markets. I will go ahead and actually run you through like gaming and a bunch of other stuff. But just know, it is very long. Like, I have a whole stack for you. And with that said, none of this information is going to be useful for you unless you take action on it. So I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm going to show you guys at the very end of the video what you need to do to position yourself to be serious contenders for these roles. Because as much as people say that the market right now is so brutal, I honestly think the best of product management is just starting, and the highest paid product, we're going to start seeing like the highest paid product managers actually in 2026, but you got to know how to play your cards right. So coming in at number one in no particular order, prediction markets. And I'm going to go ahead and mention two companies. These are not the only two players that are out there, but they're the two biggest companies. So number one, we got Kalshi. And then number two, we got Polymarket. So what's the difference between, I would say, what is a prediction market? Well, a prediction market is you're making money predicting something, right? And isn't that like gambling, Rich? 100%. You know, when I'm gambling, I'm predicting that it's going to be either A, this outcome, or B, this outcome. And I'm either going to win said amount of money because I won the prediction, or I lose said amount of money because I lost out on this prediction. And Kalshi and Polymarket, they're the two biggest players in the space. They're definitely hiring for product manager roles. Kalshi, I know, is out here right now in New York. And something for you guys to go ahead and look out for is going to be this. Throughout this entire list, I don't want to make it political, but you guys are going to go ahead and notice that a lot of these companies are going to be backed up by the same groups of people over and over and over again. They're either going to have some kind of relation with either the Trump family or Peter Thiel, who is the head of the quote-unquote PayPal mafia. They're backed up by these companies because usually these companies and investor groups, they're the ones that have the most amount of money to go ahead and spend on companies right now. So you'll notice this reoccurring theme that regardless of these niches, it's kind of like the same players that are backing up different companies that are in all of these different niches. So you got Kalshi and you got Polymarket. If you guys didn't watch the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua fight, that was freaking insane. But Polymarket even put out a chain on him, and then they have like a prediction, like, and they're all using AI to go ahead and do this. Gambling has always been largely a safe bet. People love gambling, but like, you can go ahead and bet on anything, right? Like the TikTok sale is going to be announced by December 31st or March 31st or March 31st, right? It's all here. The next one, gaming and esports. Saudi Arabia has just dropped $55 billion in a cash deal for Electronic Arts. And what this basically means is, well, they're going to own it. It's not finalized yet. I also don't see anything stopping. But this was a $55 billion all-cash deal. Why is that? Well, the market right now, for a lot of people, is crazy, but gaming has always been a major pastime for young men. And this is a great way for you to go ahead. It's essentially like if they're playing a game over and over and over again, you have their eyeballs on the freaking game. You can advertise basically anything that's on there. Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, all that crap is usually free for us. You want to know why? Because you're monetizing attention, and this is just another platform, but it's geared towards a very specific demographic. So gaming, very, very, very cool. And then also esports as well, something for you to go ahead and look into. The creator market. The Goldman Sachs, let me just go ahead and move this guy up. Goldman Sachs came out with this article about a few years ago, April 19, 2023. The creator economy could approach $500 billion by 2027. Fast forward right now is December 2025. This is an article that's been dropped a lot more recent. But in the creator economy reached about $203 billion in 2024, and the U.S. market alone is valued at about $56.3 billion. We do share with the rest of the world. Goldman Sachs projects that it's about half, like $480 billion by 2027. You can go out there and fact check me. All available indicators would be very obvious for us to just know this. This is on track to doing these numbers and then some. So if you're taking a look at even like Claude, right, and Perplexity, influencers make money. They have a little bit of a hashtag here. It says Claude partner, right, or comment partner, and you can go ahead and see that it's like RPN and Perplexity. Okay, Jake Blue and Claude, right? User-generated content. You want to know why influencers are making more money? Because people are brands of particular individuals. Once they are, like I have a lot of eyeballs watching me on all of my live streams for career coaching. If I go out there and I say, this is the best highlighter out there, it's going to get some buys, right? You're monetizing the attention economy. And this is why, like I said, one of the things that you're going to be seeing over and over and over again is going to be Peter Thiel, because he also doesn't lose. This is one of the companies I'll go out there and name drop here is called WAP, which is a digital marketplace for creators to host courses, content, curriculum, communities, the works. And they're also a payment processing service, right? I went to their office. This is actually actual photos. They process about $200 million a month. It is insane. So solving the problem of like all the creator platforms are out there. What I noticed with a lot of companies that are doing very well in the creator space is actually solving the financial problems that's being faced by these creators to get paid faster. So influencers right now, they're making more money than ever. It's how do we get that money into their bank account, right? So another one's also TriCarrot. It's banking for influencers. They solve this problem. They recently just had this influencer from Korea do a little billboard here, but if you guys ever walk past Times Square, you guys will notice it's not just her. They are tons and tons and tons and tons. So solving the problem of financials for creators. So that's also like kind of like a cross, because fintech and payments applications is absolutely huge. If you need to understand that, because people are going to be looking for new ways. People are already looking for new ways to go out there and make money. Now they're trying to go ahead and get that money into their bank account as soon as possible. Defense and AI for military. So my friend just sent me this. China just completes the first flight of a massive aerial mothership built to launch drone swarms over long ranges. This is absolutely freaking crazy. It's like this mothership and then all these other drones come out. So I could tell you this. Defense AI, like Palantir, like Anduril, doing absolutely hot, paying really, really, really high rates. They're also scoring some very, very, very big contracts. We actually have one of our people working at Anduril right now. He landed a product manager job this year, 2025. Anduril is the company that you want to go ahead and keep up with. Another company, and this is actually where I wanted to show you guys, take a look at the companies that are making the most money and where are they deploying their capital. So Palantir and Anduril started a crypto bank to finance startups themselves. So this is the name of the game. You take cash. You don't want to leverage your own time. Trading your own time for money is the worst leverage to have against money, right? You want to go ahead and deploy that cash onto other startups. So they got a cash bank. They had funding to go out there and start their own business. That generates revenue. It's backed up by, who do you know? Peter Thiel again. And then, you know what they actually do on the back end? So, Joe Lonsdale from Palantir and Palmer Luckey from Anduril, A really good sign to see like whether or not that's a good company. Usually any company that's backed up by Peter Thiel with a Lord of the Rings name, like Palantir in the Lord of the Rings books, I don't know if you guys geek out on it like I do, is actually the magical all-seeing stone. Anduril means the flame of the west, and then you got Erebor, which is actually home to the Dwarven kingdom that's had all the vast treasure. It's crazy. That's what they decided to bank after, Erebor. This one here is a bank. So something else that you guys are going to see is not just in fintech, but you guys are going to see more investment banks that are investing in other startups in the AI space, cybersecurity space, crypto space with crypto. So if you don't know anything about crypto as a product manager, we are actually launching our own crypto product management certification because crypto is doing very, very well, especially underneath the current administration. Another company to look out for, American Bitcoin. I can tell you guys this right now. Companies backed up by the Trump family doing freaking awesome. Woo! Print cash. Print in hard currency. American Bitcoin. Bitcoin firm backed up by the Trump brothers jumps 110% in debut before pulling back. Is it a buy? That's for you to decide. Are they hiring? Across all roles, fam. Across all roles. What do all these roles have in common? They all gonna need cybersecurity. So North Korea leads the world in global crypto hacks. But like when people think about cybersecurity, they think about hacker attacks from abroad. North Korea, China, and then also like Russia. But I could tell you this, the US federal government was breached several times in 2025. Hackers, like they ransacked the UK retailer sector to disrupt operations at Jaguar Land Rover. Amazon caught, this was actually very recent, Amazon caught North Korean IT workers by tracing keystroke. Here's the thing, with AI right now, you're going to go ahead and see Anthropic just dropped this article where they actually talked about, they spotted it and then they're actually bringing it to people's attention. But Chinese hackers use Anthropic's AI agent to automate spying. And they basically showed them exactly how it was freaking done, automated. You don't just get hacked by other countries, but corporate espionage is also at an all-time high, something else that we're not talking about. So CompTIA is the central governing body. They are coming out with the brand new certification. This is going to be the hottest certification for the tech world, which is called CompTIA Security AI Plus. It's dropping on February 17th. We have early access to it. You want to go ahead and get access to this because I promise you, understanding cybersecurity, infrastructure, and penetration testing is going to be a required skill by all product managers. And you should absolutely know this. I'm not just talking about for your job, just protecting your freaking IG password. Okay, cybersecurity, and the cool thing about going into the world of cybersecurity product management, there are 2 guaranteed remote product manager roles where you can also work abroad. One is cybersecurity product management, and one is crypto product management. If you do not want to go back into the office and you don't want to be strapped down to any location, or you just don't want to go back into the freaking office, cybersecurity product management is definitely for you because you want to know why? Because basically these attacks, they happen globally and they happen 24/7. There's not that many product managers that actually have a CompTIA certification. This is the newest one. Companies that are seeing this are putting those product managers at the very, very, very top of the list. Let's get it. Niche, energy. Why? Tech giants are investing billions in nuclear power because, honestly speaking, the amount of power that AI requires, not just from people prompting, but also from data centers, it's been absolutely crazy. Oklo's one. Oklo is actually the current energy secretary used to be a board member at Oklo, and Oklo's chairman was Sam Altman. They had to step down due to conflict of interest, but that wasn't until after they got a few reactors approved. Another one is actually there's a nuclear fusion company that's going to be merging with Trump Media, and boom. Trump Media soared 45% on Thursday. This is actually one that they hire for product managers too. This is actually one of the higher level companies, like payment companies that are out there. Niche, fintech, green light AI, fighting fraud with AI. Here is always a good sign when you're looking at a company. When you go into a LinkedIn page and the CEO is helping, like the whole team just did a team retreat out there in Hawaii. That is freaking awesome. Because most companies right now are struggling. They don't have a good product market fit. And even the companies, I would say the 20-25% of the companies that have a solid product market fit, their CEO is out there too busy stuffing their face and hoarding all the profits for themselves. Like, this is awesome. Like, they clearly have a proven revenue model. It's something that the market wants. They got the right pricing. It looks like a great group of people. And honestly, right now in December, I mean, who wouldn't want to be in Hawaii right now just chilling, right? How many of you would even want to go to Hawaii with your coworkers? Probably not, but who knows? I mean, if the company's paying for all the food, drinks, and travel, I mean, that's like a really, really, really good sign. Another thing is actually Seamless AI. Is only one company that I'm dropping, but something that we also look for, because we have a mega job board, is companies that are hiring for 25 to 30 salespeople. And if you go to Seamless AI, they're hiring for anywhere between 20 to 30 salespeople almost every 2 to 3 months. In the average quarter, they're putting up about 30 to 50 SDR roles. You have a strong product, proven product market fit, you have a proof of concept, you're hiring a crap ton of salespeople because you're getting the product out there. And you know what ends up happening is you also hire for product managers and growth engineers and product marketers, right? These are all people that you want to go ahead and bring onto the team. And this is always a great sign. When they're hiring a lot of people and they say, yo, 100% remote, that's how it should be. Like, if we can't solve the problem over a Zoom call, meeting up in person isn't going to do anything about it. I mean, like, well, we can all stress out together in real time physically. You know what I'm saying? Software for HVAC and electricians. So Jensen Huang said the next generation of U.S. millionaires will be plumbers and electricians. But the software that supports them, I'll just give out one example right now, Build Ops. This is mission control. So they're essentially speaking like the CRM, but kind of also like, I would say like project management software of what these people actually need. And they have, I heard about them through actually one of our students, but also through Mike Tyson for Trades, which talks about Build Ops. Look out for, I'm going to have a full list, but software companies that are focused on because we have such a lack of tradespeople right now. We need more people in the trades. But we don't have enough people. So, like, we need software to help these people automate some of their work or help them be more efficient with their time. And the software that exists to support HVAC technicians, electricians, and other skills trades like welding, plumbing, and all that is hot garbage. So this is also another area where you're just seeing nothing but growth. 11 Labs Voice AI, like I said, take a look at where all the biggest players are dropping their money, right? NVIDIA right now is clearly printing cash. They are investing in 11 Labs. Because why? 11 Labs basically, like all of the robotic voices out there, like a Siri, it sounds too not real. Like you're not talking to a real human being, right? The more you are, because if you take a look at this, like the glasses, Google and Gentle Monster, this is actually going to be the OpenAI device. These phones are going to look very medieval because like when I wake up in the morning, I got to go ahead and like open up my phone and all that. Where we're going to go is like, it's going to be this total 100% immersive experience. And a lot of that is actually going to be backed up by voice. But voice AI, absolute killer. If you take a look at another company is also like Whisper Flow, you can really see where the market is going. Whisper Flow raised $81 million. And they did it largely without even pitching investors. And it's all about like, you can now just prompt, code, and just get things done with just your voice. Like, I was originally going to go ahead and make this into a newsletter, but the truth of the matter is I can record a YouTube video. I'm like 19 minutes in right now, faster than I can go ahead and type, right? All I got to do now is just prompt the transcription to create a newsletter right now, right? It's backed up by Reid Hoffman, who is, with LinkedIn, but who's also part of the PayPal mafia. All of these big players right here, you're just going to notice the same thing over and over again. Like, this is the PayPal mafia. If you guys don't know who they are, do some research into it. But they're the biggest players in the game, and they just don't lose. So every single time I see like a Peter Thiel, they're just doing very, very, very well. And then also, like, they got one of their own guys in the White House, which is David Sachs, who is Trump's crypto and AI chief. So, like, something for you guys to go ahead and think about. Dating and loneliness never disappoints. This is actually one, I would say, like, this isn't like a particular space, but there's a company to go out there and look out for. It's called HealMate. And HealMate, I think, is very interesting. It's not like any other dating app, but there's already talks right now about bringing this to other countries. So when you're looking at what types of companies you should be working at, if you're just thinking about the money, right? I listed out a lot of different types of niches today. The easiest things to sell are what people already just want to buy. So HealMate is a dating app in Japan that helps married people cheat on their freaking spouse. And I don't know if this was the original intention, but here are some facts that you guys can go over. When they dropped it on the App Store, they found that the membership was predominantly female. Hence why the lady is showing and then the guy is not. And in my very basic Japanese, I took a few years in high school, it says right here, somebody can go out there and correct me. I could be totally off, right? But it says, like, I'm going to live a little for myself for once in my life. Like, I want to go ahead and, like, from what I understand, is like, I just want to, like, just live a little for myself, I just want to enjoy myself a little bit, right? Holy moly, you should. You only live once, man. You got to enjoy life. So there's already talks right now, because when you got to think about it, like, if like a hoodie is really hot, or like some type of restaurant or like clothing industry, they call it trend spotting, or like there's a genre, like the zombie genre is a hot genre for movies, right? Or like Squid Games, and then they like, oh, that's cool, they bring it out to other countries. In the app world, it's kind of the same thing too, because it's all about execution, right? So this is something that you guys should look out for, but this is also a really cool app to go out there and pitch when they're like, what's your favorite app? Like, I don't use it, but I thought this was like helping people cheat. Like, it's great. And then on the back end, I heard, I have not verified this, I'm not using this app, but I'm not married either, is they make sure that none of the people that you're matched with matches with any of the phone numbers that you already have on your cell phone within like 2 degrees. So you can't be like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm matched up with my wife's younger sister who's also married, right? But this is really cool that people actually like it. Anti-aging and longevity. Remember I said look for who the biggest players are and where they're dumping. Yeah, this is, in a nutshell, immortality. All of the billionaires right now have been dumping hard currency. The two leaders in the space right now are Altos Labs and Calico Labs, but if you're talking, like, you don't really need like a biotech background because they're hiring for so many roles, but like, this is, these guys that are at the very top of the food chain, they want to live forever. So yeah, this is another way of saying anti-aging and longevity, aka immortality. Let's go out there and add it in there. I would say the last niche, it's just the investment banks and the VCs and the family offices. You guys and me, like, VCs, I've been in this game for like over a decade right now. VCs don't lose. VCs do not lose. And I honestly think most product managers don't do enough to try to apply for the product manager roles at a VC. That's probably the best place for you to go ahead and go, is a product manager role at a VC, right? Because they're like the Iron Bank in Game of Thrones. Like, whoever wins Westeros, like, the Iron Bank is still going to get paid. So right now, people are thinking, they see like, oh my gosh, cybersecurity. I need to get a cybersecurity certification. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Or like, oh my gosh, crypto. I need to learn about crypto. Honestly speaking, you need to learn about all this because this is where these VCs with an army of free MBA analysts and interns and unlimited data going back decades, if not 100 years, they're constantly trying to figure out what's the next thing. I dropped a few companies in here that you may not have heard of, some of the niches you may not have even considered, but the amount of data that they have in understanding what's going to make money far surpasses anything you're going to be able to find on your own or on Wikipedia. So like you could out there and sit down like, oh my gosh, it's like a bubble. Like I used to live next to the BlackRock office in New York. And I can tell you this, and I know people that work at Sequoia, and I know people that work at Andreessen Horowitz, and I know people. They are never complaining that the market is bad. They are always making money because they are always following the money. So if anything too, hang out with us more because I'm bringing in more VCs and people that work at VCs into our ecosystem. But with that said, what's required? Well, there's a few things. Number one is making sure that you have your certifications, making sure that you have your portfolio projects, making sure that you're networking, and making sure that you have a solid interview pitch. A lot of product managers right now, they just don't interview well enough. They don't interview at a higher level quality. So like the best direction for your career as a product manager, honestly, all of the above, because this is where it's all going. Like I showed so many different overlap, right? Like nuclear and media, and you have Trump media merging with the nuclear fusion company, right? I showed defense and crypto, okay? And they're starting a bank that is going to invest in other crypto startups, AI startups, and cybersecurity startups, right? So where it starts, schedule a consultation and enroll in, right now, currently we're running a promo right now, it's December, and we have our growth and GTM product manager certification that's going on on January 12th. We have a cybersecurity product manager certification with the intention of securing your CompTIA Sec AI Plus, January 26th. We have on February 16th, crypto and blockchain certification with Capital One PM. And on March 9th, we have fintech and payments product manager certification. Because if you guys are following me on LinkedIn, you guys know I post up a lot on LinkedIn. No other role gets posted more than payments, and cybersecurity. All of this is going to be related to each other. Step 3, build an award-winning portfolio. Your resume is not due to. I get 500 pings a day. Can you review my resume? Your resume is just not enough. It's like having a menu with photos on it and a menu with no photos on it. What do you think is going to do better? The photos, right? Step 4, I would say, position yourself as a product manager, thought leader. Host more webinars and events. Get yourself out there. If companies already felt like, oh yeah, haven't I seen you somewhere? Oh yeah, I heard your talk on this. I thought it was really interesting. If companies they actually feel like they've known you before they even got a chance to talk to you, one-on-one, you have so much more of a leg up than all the other candidates, right? Step 5, network. I am back in New York right now, but I've been traveling all over the country, and I've been throwing more dinners. Okay, that's me right there with Durer and the fam. I've been throwing more dinners, more meetups, more mixers, more happy hours, pretty much everything, because I want you guys to go out there and meet more people. Too many times people get to the role and it's already too late because they're not going to interview 20 or 30 people. They're just going to go out there and get the top 3 referrals, and it's whether or not you're there at the right time to take advantage of those opportunities, right? But all of these different skills, you're just going to go ahead and have to go ahead and learn, because this is the new talk. You're going to need to know a little bit about growth marketing. You're going to need to know a little bit about cybersecurity. You're going to need to know about crypto. You're going to need to know about payments. You're going to need to know all that. And more importantly, you need to be on the know. because capital right now is being dispersed like effing crazy. It's funding has never been hotter out on the street. It's just with companies you guys have never heard of, and you guys are not in the loop. Like right now, they're automating cybersecurity attacks with Claude. You don't think, like 2025 was the freaking all-time high year for cybersecurity attacks? If you're not like nobody is like, we have a tech sales program. People that are making the most amount of commissions right now, if they're not selling AI solutions, they're selling cybersecurity solutions right now. So with that said, my name is Rich. Schedule a call. The link is in the description. I have a full list. This actually wasn't even the full list. I was thinking about how to go ahead and provide it over to y'all. But there's a full list that's coming out, and I'm going to be adding more into it. But it just goes to show, like, come on, dude. They're going to be betting on the news pretty soon. It's going to be so messed up. I'll go ahead and talk to y'all very, very soon. 2026 is the best year for earning. I'll talk to y'all very, very, very soon. Bye-bye.